Hello, good morning to my dear students. Once again, welcome to our physics class. Let us explain in this class a few problems in module 3. Few important models, few difficulty models in level 3 or module 3. So, in module 3, there is one problem. Here it is, 13th one. A magnetic needle is arranged at origin with two bar magnets of magnetic moments m and 2m arranged with coordinates of their centers d, 0 and 0, d as shown in figure. Then find the unit vector pointing along the direction of magnetic needle in equilibrium case. Or you understand the problem? A magnetic needle is arranged at origin. So this is the origin. This is x direction, this is y direction. First magnet of moment capital M is arranged along x-axis so that south pole is pointing towards origin. Second magnet of moment 2m is arranged on y-axis such that north pole is pointing towards the origin. The coordinates of the two magnets are, first one it is at d, 0 and this coordinate is 0, d. Because the distance of the magnet is always measured from the center to origin. This is d. Right? Suppose this is the origin. Let here a magnetic needle is kept at the origin such that it always try to rest along the resultant of fields created by both the magnets. Now here this point origin lies on axial line of the first magnet as well as axial line of the second magnet. On the axial line, magnitude of magnetic induction direction is always along the magnetic moment. Magnetic moment direction is taken from south to north. So at this point, field created by M1 is also directed towards it. This is B1. Again, this is the north pole and this is the south pole. Magnetic moment of second magnet is along the axis, it may be directed like this. So, the field created by the second magnet at O is B2, it is always along the magnetic moment direction B2. B1 and B2, these are the two fields at O. A resultant of these two fields must lie along the in between B1 and B2. Here, this is the situation. This is B1. This is B2. Let the magnetic needle kept at the origin is along the resultant of both the fields. Again, B1 is equal at any point on the axial line of a short bar magnet. B1 is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into 2m by d cube. Again, B2 is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into 2 into 2m by d cube because magnetic moment of second one is 2m. That means 4m by d cube. B1, B2 both are perpendicular. Suppose the needle will comes to rest at an angle theta with x-axis or theta with B1. From this diagram, this is a line parallel to B2. It's a right angle triangle. In this right angle triangle, tan theta is equal to opposite side by adjacent side. Opposite side means it is equal to B2. So, tan theta is equal to B2 by B1. But clearly from this B2 by B1 is equal to mu naught by 4 pi, mu naught by 4 pi cancel. 4m by d cube by 2m by d cube means 2. So B2 by B1 is equal to 2. Magnitude of the resultant field modulus of B bar is equal to root of B1 square plus B2 square is equal on common mu naught by 4 pi into 2m by d cube into root of, in B Mu naught by 4 pi into 2m by d cube common. 1 square is equal to 1. Mu naught by 4 pi into 2m by d cube. Here it is 2. 2 square is equal to 4. 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. Root 5. So mu naught by 4 pi into 2m by d cube into root 5. This is the magnitude of the resonant field. Next one, we are having the unit vector along the direction of resultant field. For example, you know the formula. Let A bar is any vector. Unit vector along A bar can be represented by n cap is equal to A bar by mod A bar. In vectors, in first year vectors, the same formula is studied. N cap is equal to A bar by mod A bar. Similarly, B dash is the resultant vector. Now n cap, unit vector along the direction of resultant field, is given by B dash bar by modulus of B dash bar. B dash bar is equal to B dash bar. B dash bar is equal to B1 I bar minus B2 J bar. It is along positive x axis. This is along negative y axis. So B1 bar is equal to B1 mu naught by 4 pi into 2m by d cube into I bar minus, because along negative y axis, mu naught by 4 pi into 4m by d cube into J bar by modulus of B bar is equal, this is mu naught by 4 pi into 2m by d cube into root 5. So mu naught by 4 pi 2m by d cube on common, again cancel together, we will get the final formula 1 by root 5 into I bar minus 2 by root 5 into J bar. So here the correct option is first one. Correct option is first one. 1 by root 5 into I bar minus 2 by root 5 into J bar. This is the most important problem. Next again, one more problem. 15th one, field due to a bar magnet. Field due to a bar magnet. Clearly see here, two magnets A and B are identical and these are arranged as shown in the figure. A and B both are the magnets, they are arranged like this. Their length is negligible in comparison with the separation between them. That means both the bar magnets are short bar magnets. A magnetic needle is placed between the magnets at a point P, which gets deflected through an angle theta under the influence of the two magnets. Find the ratio of the distances d1 and d2. Here d1, d2. Let A and B are the two short bar magnets. They are arranged like this. On the line joining A and B, let us consider a point P. Distance of the point P from the center of first magnet is d1 and from the center of second magnet is d2. Clearly observe this from the figure. The point P lies on axial line of the first magnet and equatorial line of the second magnet. So at the point P, a magnetic needle is suspended such that the needle will comes to rest along the direction of resultant field. So this is the direction of the resultant field. Then find the ratio of d1 and d2. d1 by d2 is equal. How much is this? Let here the arrangement is shown here. S and N, because at point P, P is a point lying on axial line of the first magnet. So the field created by the first magnet at this point will be along the magnetic moment B1. Similarly, the field at P due to second magnet NS at point P, the direction of the field at any point on equatorial line is just opposite to magnetic moment. Magnetic moment, this is S to N. Its magnetic moment is M. And opposite to this means it is like this. It is equal to B2. B1, B2. So the needle will be in equilibrium along the direction of resultant of B1 and B2. From the diagram, tan theta is equal to, tan theta. Here it is, according to the given problem, angle made by the needle with the vertical is equal to theta, and this is also theta. Suppose this is a line which is parallel to B1. From this right angle triangle, tan theta is equal to opposite by adjacent. Opposite means B1 by adjacent is B2. So tan theta is equal to B1 by B2. B1 is equal, it is the field due to first magnet on the axial line, mu naught by 4 pi into 2m by d1 cube, by B2 at any point on equatorial line due to second magnet, mu naught by 4 pi into m by d2 cube. Mu naught by 4 pi, mu naught by 4 pi, m cancel. So this should be equal to 2 into d2 cube by d1 cube. From this, d1 by d2 is equal to 2 cot theta whole power 1 by 3. It is 2 cot theta whole power 1 by 3. Now the correct option is 2 cot theta whole power 1 by 3. It is the first option. Are you understand? Right. Next, the 16th problem. It is similar to the above problem. Try to practice it. And the 17th one. 17th problem is someone is difficult and also very logic. Let here the 17th problem. Two short bar magnets each of moment capital M are arranged as shown in the figure. These are the two short bar magnets. The magnetic induction at a point P is. Let us find the magnetic induction at the point P. So, before we solve this problem, we have one more formula. One formula for already this formula is discussed in previous videos. It is the magnet, south pole and north pole, and this is the center. Let here P is any point at a distance D such that the point P not lying on axial line or not lying on equatorial line. Magnetic moment of the bar magnet is taken from south to north. It is M. This magnetic moment makes an angle theta with the line joining O to P. Now M is a vector. M is resolved into two perpendicular components. Along this direction, component of M is M cos theta, and it is the perpendicular component M sin theta. So here M cos theta is taken as a dipole. It is a dipole. It is a small dipole. Now the point P lies on the axial line of the dipole corresponding to the magnetic moment M cos theta. So at point P, magnetic induction due to M cos theta is given by B1, that B1 is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into, in general, along the axial point 2m by d cube. Here 2m cos theta by d cube. And the direction of the magnetic moment at this point is, that is always along the magnetic moment M cos theta. This is equivalent to P1. The same point P lies on equatorial line corresponding to the magnet of moment M sin theta. This is the another dipole. Due to this dipole, the point P lies on equatorial line. At any point on equatorial line, the magnetic induction is B2. B2 is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into M by d cube. So mu naught by 4 pi into M means this is M sin theta by d cube. M sin theta by d cube, and its direction is always opposite to dipole moment. It is the dipole moment M sin theta. So at this point P, this is B2. This is B2, and B2 is perpendicular to B1 also. B2 is perpendicular to B1. So keep this point in memory. Now we are going to discuss the 17th problem again. 17th problem. So once again see here, two short bar magnets each of moment M are arranged as shown in the figure. the magnetic induction at the point P is equal to D, D, D. It is equilateral triangle and this angle is equal to 60 degrees. This is also 60 degrees. For the first magnet at the point P, due to M cos theta, field is B1. This is lying along the axial line. That means here it is the angle theta or 60 degrees. At this point P, the field due to the given magnet is equal. It is for the first magnet, from this diagram, for the first magnet B1A means field due to first magnet on axial line. Let this is the angle 60 degrees. Also this is also 60 degrees. B1A is resolved into two perpendicular components. Along this direction B1A cos 60 and along this direction B1A sin 60. Right? Okay. Now due to another component M sin theta, the point lying on equatorial line corresponding to the first magnet. On this equatorial line, magnetic induction is, this is along this direction B1A, induction due to first magnet on equatorial line. This is theta. So here this angle is also equivalent to 60 degrees. How? This total angle is equal to, this is equivalent to 90. It is 90. Also this angle is equal. It is 30 because this is 30 and the remaining is 60. B1E component along this direction is B1E cos 60 and along this direction B1E sin 60. Like this, B1E and B1A are resolved into two rectangular components. Leave it. Next again, for the second magnet and at the same point, here this is the angle theta. This is the angle theta and magnetic moment corresponding to this magnet is, this is going from S to N. This is magnetic moment direction. The point P lying on axial line corresponding to M cos theta. So at this point, the magnetic induction at this point is given by B2A, means induction due to second magnet on axial line. B2A also makes the same angle theta with the horizontal direction. So B2A is resolved into two perpendicular components, B2A cos 60, B2A sin 60. Next, due to vertical component M sin theta, magnetic induction at this point is equal to B2E on equatorial line. This also angle theta 60 degrees. B2E is resolved into two perpendicular components, B2E cos 60 and this is B2E sin 60. So just we are applying the vector notation. See here, a resultant field at the point is given by B1A sin 60, this is B1A sin 60 plus B1E cos 60, B1E cos 60 again, plus for the second magnet B2A sin 60 plus B2A cos 60, all are these in the upward direction along positive axis. Next, these two components are cancelled together. Here this is B2A cos 60, this is B2A cos 60, B1A cos 60. Both B1 and B2 are same. Here B2E sin 60, B1E sin 60. They are equal and opposite cancelled. So therefore this is mu naught by 4 pi into 2m cos theta by d cube along the axial line into sin 60 plus mu naught by 4 pi into on equatorial line m sin theta by d cube into cos 60 plus 2a mu naught by 4 pi into 2m cos theta by d cube into sin 60 plus 2e mu naught by 4 pi into m sin theta by d cube into cos 60. So that is 2 into mu naught by 4 pi into 2m cos 60 sin 60 by d cube plus mu naught by 4 pi into 2m sin 60 by d cube into cos 60. Mu naught by 4 pi into 2m into cos 60 1 by 2 into sin 60 root 3 by 2 by d cube. Mu naught by 4 pi into 2m sin 60 root 3 by 2 cos 60 1 by 2. Here 2 cancel. Here also 2 cancel. Mu naught by 4 pi into m by d cube is common to both the terms. Here the remaining one is root 3 plus here the remaining one is root 3 by 2. So root 3 plus root 3 by 2 means 2 root 3 plus root 3 by 2, 3 root 3 by 2. So the resultant field at this point is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into m by d cube into 3 root 3 by 2. This is the required answer. Next one, another example, 18th sum. Two short bar magnets each of moment capital M. Two short bar magnets each of moment capital M are arranged as shown. The magnetic induction at the point P is here. This is the arrangement of two bar magnets. Here, the point P lies on axial line of both the magnets. Axial line of both the magnets. Here, this is the solution. For the first magnet BA, for the second magnet BA, angle between them is 60. Both are equal. So resultant B dash is equal to root 3 into BA. Root 3 into on the axial line mu naught by 4 pi into 2m by d cube. So the required answer is mu naught by 4 pi into 2 root 3 m by d cube. The first option is right. Thank you. So in the next class, let us explain the problems regarding to time period, frequency of an oscillating bar magnet in the uniform magnetic field. Thank you.